fan down, or sometimes the fan gets loud on there for everybody. Though it still isn't. Ah, there we go. I think we're going to be live in a second. It's got, I got a notification saying we're live, which is really cool. Oh, a lot of posts today. I was posting lots today. Guess a lot of things were going on today on this Throwback Thursday. And it's hard to believe it's already 9 o'clock at night. Just got to the truck stop, actually, after running around all day, having a good time and enjoying it. Because, hey, if I'm on a reset, I might as well enjoy that reset. I might as well go out and I walked around Sobeys. I walked around the mall that's here. I walked around Dollar Store and looked around the dollar store, bought some chocolate stuff and that I shouldn't be buying because it's no good for my big fat belly and stuff like that. And basically having a good time in the great city of hey, Marcia Pitt. Woohoo, Marcia Pitt's on there. Figured out my problem, Dave. Good evening, Marcia Pitt. Good to see you back. That is fantastic. Hopefully you're getting all the posts and stuff. There's a few people that we've talked to that have figured out that Facebook and their analytics, and they change things and stuff like that. And you got to change them back if you want to get hold of the Canadian Trucking Magazine when we go live. And I'm just closing the curtain there because the sun is too much. I wonder if it's on me. But anyway. You can see the Canadian Trucking Magazine shirt and stuff like that. And on this Thursday, Friday, tomorrow I'll be heading out into the wild blue yonder and headed to the great state of Texas. I love Texas. Oh, it froze up a bit. This it's weird. This cell I'm using has been freezing up and being chunky and stuff like that. It says it's on Bell. And it doesn't like Bell very much. It likes when it's on Plus. When it's on Bell, it seems to freeze up. And again, it's freezing up. I should have used the other one. I should switch to the other one. Well, I'll use the other ones tomorrow for sure. I won't use this one. Cheers. Got my mango ice tea here. I love this mango iced tea. It is so delicious. So, oops. Crap. Drop my glasses. I'm just going to put down maybe later. Will remind me later. Remind me later. Okay, I got my laptop open here. I was doing work on my laptop today. And when I got back here, anyways, I fired it up and got it going, so I can do some work, and it keeps freezing up. Sorry about that, folks, but it's the Wi-Fi here, or lack of Wi-Fi. That's so funny when it's freezing up and the way it comes back on and jumps around and stuff like that. Hopefully my voice isn't jumping around too much. Let me know if the audio is okay, but it's just the video that's throwing out. Let me see if I can read some things. Maybe some people will tell me, hey, Kitty, how are you doing? Joy, good evening. Hope you're doing well. That's for sure. Earl Little, how are you doing, my brother? I'm going to be heading south. Travis Wallace, hi, my brother. I'm going to see if I can drop by Calgary on my way down south. And, of course, Marcia Pitt, so good to see you. Shauna Gray, Adventures with Storm and Odin. Andrea Duhan. You know what? The Duhan family, I got to tell you that one of our people here on Facebook is just fantastic. They're big fans of the Duhan family, being big fans of us. Dennis Abbott, one of the winners of the cup and the face mask, asked me if I would donate that to the Duhan family and send it out to you. Fantastic. Super Mario is on, and Marcia Pitt says I was getting all the posts, just not any of the live feeds. Thank goodness. I'm glad you're back on live. Missed you, Marcia, you and the kids. Shauna Gray says, are you using the J Wi-Fi? Your video is cutting out in it. No, I'm on on my own. It's just for some reason it seems to be cutting in and out and being bad right now. It says you're freezing. Mario, how are you doing? Mike Wells, hey brother, glad to see you made it to Calgary. I love Texas too. Can't wait to transfer there. Oh, I hear that. And let's see what else people have to say here. Oh, there's Chris Hula Boy Anhorn. And Hula Boy says, hey Dave, in Hope, been in rain all day. Heading back to Calgary. Sounds like I'm going through my first COVID road check today. Oh, on top of the Coke. Interesting. Kenneth Blackman says, hey Dave, have a great weekend wherever you're traveling. I'll be traveling to the United States of America, probably Texas Roadhouse. Brian Mack is there. Hey, Brian Mack, how are you doing? Good to see you. And there's Peggy Lydia Zurkowski. Good evening, Dave. Thank you for your message, letting Mr. know the package is on its way. Yes, it is on its way. And Glenn, you have to let me know when it arrives. It's insured, so if it doesn't get there, I gave you a tracking number too, so you can do a tracking number. Again, Glenn Cowley says, hello, Dave, family, and everyone. You sound good here, just breaking up every so often. Thank you so much for the sound check. I appreciate that. Kitty says it's getting a little better. Excellent. And Brian says, sorry, I haven't been on watching, had a triple bypass surgery. Wow. How are you doing now, Brian? And Braden Workman says, hi. Hey, Braden Workman. And Toker. Richard Toker. Slick is on. Hey, Slick, I actually saw a makeup video of one of Slick's girlfriends today. And man, I didn't know that his girlfriend was a makeup artist, but she did a TikTok with makeup and telling how she does it. Keith Basin's there. Hey, Keith, how are you doing? Slick, I wish you were on the road and hammer down with me and having a good time, especially when I was Red Deer today. And I went to try out that Memphis barbecue, and the brisket there was great. The brisket was great. That's all I tried was the brisket. Maybe another time I'll try lots. Super Mario says that there's a frost warning tonight. Wow, in Winnipeg. I hope Angie didn't plant all her plants. She's going to plant all her plants in the garden. Angie has a garden tilled, which is about a 1 acre garden. I don't know how she plans on doing an acre of garden, but I swear in the back there, it's at least 1 acre, the garden there. And she got a whole bunch of plants while I was in town on a 36-hour reset. 1 day in town, and we went to a plant place. I took pictures of it way out Highway 15 by Vivian, and she bought a bunch of tomato plants and stuff like that, I think. Oh, do I want to start in safe mode? No, I don't. So it was kind of cool getting that, and hopefully, hey, Angie, baby, frost tonight. I hope you didn't plant those plants you got, and I hope they're inside, because Mario's saying that there is whatchamacallit, going to be frost tonight. And Angie Baby will probably share this out. Did you have a chance to share it out, Angie Baby? I shared it to my page, or pages which I have access to, since I'm still in FB jail, still in Foxtrot Bravo jail. It's funny, I checked it today again just to see. It's been months, and they're upset about one COVID meme I did, where it says this COVID shouldn't last long because it's like everything else made in China. And they've got me for months now because of that. Though it's interesting because in the United States, the Democrats were a little bit upset that the Trump organization was investigating the virus and where it came from. I'm hoping I'm not blocking the camera here. And maybe I'll pull it back a bit. And if you've heard recently, the Biden administration in the United States has started a special commission to investigate the origin of this virus from China, and specifically said China. So China's coming back at them upset, saying that they shouldn't be labeling China as the issue and blah 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 blah. So in any case, that's going on in the United States. We all know where it came from because it broke right away from all the world organizations where it came from. It came from Wuhan, China. It's a fact. I better be careful what I say or I'm going to be getting shut down again. But that's where it came from. And then with a lot of money, a lot of power, and a lot of control of social media, anybody who was exposing it for what it was kicked off. And my personal page is still in jail. And this is May. This is coming on June. That'll be 6 months that my personal Dave MacKenzie page has been in jail because of talking like I am talking right now about where this pandemic started from. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Thank you for sharing, Angie. Sharing is caring. And Glenn says, calling for rain tomorrow here in Toronto. Hey, you know what, folks? It's amazing. I don't know what's going on this year. It's the worst year in United States history for mass shootings. Is because it's been advertised so much and stuff like that. But listen to this. Listen to this. So far this year, there's been over 200 mass shootings. Over 200 mass shootings recorded. Now, 6 months, 200? That's almost a mass shooting a day. A mass shooting a day in the United States. And so that's why I keep talking to everybody about safety. That's why I keep telling everybody that if you're in a restaurant, go and sit where there's an exit door. Take a look in the restaurant and ask to sit by an exit door. That's why I'm telling people that if you're in a Walmart or a store down there, Wally World or something, shopping, and shots ring out, do not run towards the front doors. Run out the back doors. Everybody who's delivered to the Walmart knows there's a shipping receiving area and there's doors that you can get out through the doors. Go out through the back doors and dial 911 and get as far away from that store as you can. As far away as you can. But just think of that. Just do the math on that. And that's 30 shootings a month. That's one a day basically. And mass shootings is considered where anything over 3 people is shot by one gunman. But you've heard dozens of them, dozens and dozens of them. There was some more yesterday. There was another one today. There was that guy down in California that didn't like his workers. So he had pointed out the workers and he went in with 2 handguns and he walked by some, he didn't shoot some, and he shot 9 specific workers that he didn't like. And then he committed suicide. And you knew he was in it to commit suicide with the end game because the house he lived in, he set fire to it when he left it. So obviously he knew he wasn't going home and that. He set fire to his home. The firefighters went to the home. And I think he was planning on blowing the place up too, because when the police got there with the search dogs in his lockers, they found he had explosives. Oh, Keith Bazin said he had 3 handguns. Eric says, not hard to land in Facebook jail. Fun fact, through you reporting by someone visiting your page, Facebook doesn't find your posts. Yeah, isn't it crazy? Not hard to land in Facebook jail. Fun fact is, though, you have to be reported by someone visiting your page. Facebook doesn't find your posts. I know. It has to be. I've got some other jealous pages that are useless pages that they come on and they report every post we have. I could do a post that is raising money for a good charity like truckersfinalmile.org and they report it. Set up another 1 or 2, Dave, or 3. I hear that. Well, I got lots of sons that got Facebook pages, so they let me use theirs. Kenneth Blackman, nice to hear you and others are like-minded about COVID. Oh, yes. You did not block the camera. Thank you. Thank you very much. And let's see. I'm just catching up on everything. Eric Surin says, yep. And Mario says, crazy. It is crazy. What I don't understand, and I may have to sit down with Super Mario because he's got a good understanding of medicine and stuff like that, is Florida is wide open. Florida is wide open. Florida has a huge at-risk population. A lot of old people in Florida. Tons and tons of elderly people in Florida. And Florida has 30% less cases and deaths per capita than the Manitoba where I live in. Manitoba, which is locked down, Manitoba, which has over half the population with a vaccine, and Florida, which is wide open. I was down there. I was at a buffet. You saw me do a live video at a Golden Corral buffet in Florida, and they've got 30% per capita less deaths and COVID than Manitoba. Is it because of all the palm trees? You know, these palm trees that I pulled across that are supposed to take toxins out of the air? Is it the sea air from the Atlantic Ocean? Is it the beautiful Gulf of Mexico air? Is it the hot climate? Like, why is Florida spared compared to a beautiful place like Manitoba? I don't know. I just don't know. So anyways, maybe I'll have that talk with Super Mario. Maybe he's got insight on that. Eric says, best thing about Florida is we are a red state and our governor rocks. Your governor really rocks. And Shauna Gray says, Florida has been vaccinated months before Manitoba. And Eric Soren says, yeah, I love palm tree country. Oh, I do too. They smell so good. They're so great. Keith was saying the guy had 11 loaded clips. He sure did. Hey, Tony Giacola joined us, and Jeff Walters, my brother from another mother. I gotta tell you, Eric, I love Florida. I really do. I love the weather down there. I like the smell of the air down there. And M&M, M&M. You know, when I was eating today at the Memphis barbecue here in Memphis Blues Barbecue in Red Deer, it just made me miss the M&M that much more. That M&M in Florida is so fantastic. And of course, Cooper's in Junction makes really good brisket. But Angie, when I brought back the ribs from Mark from M&M there, Old Hickory Smokehouse Barbecue in Florida, I started salivating in my mouth thinking about it. Angie, even after the ribs had been transported 3 days to get home, when we reheated them carefully and she ate them, the meat fell off the bones into her mouth and melted into her mouth. Angie was in ecstasy when she was eating. It was so great. It was so fantastic. It's really good. Jeff Walters has been there. And let's see. Let's go on here. Kitty says, we should be up fully in early July. Yes, they're saying here in Alberta next week, they're going to be opening the outdoor patios again. And by the middle of June or whatever, they should be. Interesting enough, Saskatchewan, when I was going through, 70% of their population is vaccinated in Saskatchewan. Peggy Lydia Zurkowski says, you're an awesome person and very good person to know. Thank you, Peggy. I really appreciate those words. Thank you so much. And it's so awesome that you're here. And what a great person to say words like that. It shows something of your character that's manifested in it, that you're such a great person. Eric says, really doesn't get any better. And Janice Soros says, Manitoba cases were low when everybody else's were high. So now we're catching up. You know, that's about right because we were a slow start to it, weren't we, in Manitoba? We were reporting nothing, nothing, nothing. Jeff Walters, the best barbecue, isn't it? Isn't it fantastic? And CJ Dennis is there. The bridge on 40 in Quebec is closed. Detour on 20, be prepared for an hour and a half to 2 hour delay. So anybody on the 40 in Quebec, the bridge is closed and the detour is on the 20th. So be prepared for a 1.5, 2 hour delay. You know what? I can't even tell you how to get around that other than the 20. I really can't. And Glenn Cow, he says, okay, bring back a load of sea air and palm trees. I did. I brought them back there at Rona stores, and they're those little miniature palm trees, and they're on sale at Rona right now for $20 a piece. I got two of them. Thank God, supper at Truckers again. Oh, yes, Kitty. And Jeff Walters, my brother from another mother, says, where are you headed with the next load? I'm headed to Laredo, brother. Laredo. Hopefully you're headed to Texas. And Shannon Bullen, evening, Dave. How are you doing? And tonight. And what else was I going to say? I don't think it was. Oh, yes, about Peggy Lydia Zurkowski. There's an interesting fact, and this is a fact, Jack, that I just want to tell everybody, is that as you know, if you've been following here a long time, I've been in the military for a brief period of time. I've worked as a uniformed policeman, plainclothes, intelligence officer, blah, blah, blah. And I've worked basically as a crime fighter for besides trucking, because trucking is my love of my life, so is crime fighting, for nearly 40 years, folks, 40 years in one capacity or another. I'm sorry, I'm just getting my computer up and running here as we're talking. Something that Angie Baby found out early with me, and close friends of mine found out early. It's interesting maybe about being in law enforcement that period of time. Maybe it's the way I look. But when I meet somebody, they have two reactions. They either hate me or they like me. And I mean hate me, or they like me or really like me, and we get along and stuff like that. It's been that way almost all my life. And it's interesting, because the people that hate me the most, they'd always find out we're dirtbags. Honestly, would always find out there's dirtbags. And that's why they have that chemical reaction to me, is because when they meet me and they see me, it automatically brings out a fear in them or defensiveness in them or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it brings out their true selves. So we have found out, and Angie's found out, some good friends of mine have found out, that if they have somebody that have met me, or if we've been in a group or out and they have a friend who meets me, and their friend can't stand me or hates me, they know they're seeing the true colors of that person. I hate to say it, but it's true. It shows that there's something wrong with them. There's something deviant about them. And for some reason, the chemistry or the repels them. So I've used that to my advantage for a long time. When I'm in a store or dealing with somebody or something like that, if I'm dealing with them and you're on friendly and talking and blah, blah, blah and stuff like that, I know they're probably a good person or not too bad or whatever else. If I'm dealing with somebody and they're standoffish and they're giving me the stink eye, like they don't like me for some reason, they got their arms crossed and they're standing back like this, it's the aura. I can tell automatically that person is a deviant. They're deviant. There's something in their mind which is either criminal or evil or deviant. And I've used those words, and when Angie and I first started going together and going out, and there were a few people, and I said to her afterwards, I said, that person's a problem. That person's a deviant or criminal or something like that. See how they were with me? See how they were standoffish? Hey, some people just don't like you. I said, why? What's there not to like? I'm a friendly, smiling person. I give everybody a smile to start with. And they said, some people don't like you. And then we'd find out later they were a wife beater or assault or all kinds of stuff. You'd find out about them, or they were a fraudulent person, or they ripped their friends off and things like that. I mean, the fastest way to not see a friend again is to lend them money. And they find that about them. We had this one guy, sure enough, that she thought was okay and other people thought were okay, and seemed to be friendly enough, but was really, really standoffish around me, really worked around me, didn't make eye contact with me, things like that. And I'd mentioned to a few people that was friends with them and stuff like that, something about this guy. You notice how this guy doesn't like me? Yeah, it's not that he doesn't like you. It's just you're not his cup of tea. No, he really doesn't like me. And then later on, we found out, like, from 5 of them, he'd borrowed money. 5 of them, he'd brought them aside confidentially and says, oh, I'm short. I'm going to lose my house. I got to pay my mortgage. Can I borrow some money? I'll pay you back next paycheck and stuff like that. Don't tell anybody. I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I'm asking you. 5 of them, he'd borrowed money. And then after months of him not paying back the money, they all started talking together and found out that this little skunk was going around borrowing money from everybody. And I'm not talking about a little bit of money. Some of them he was into thousands of dollars for and stuff like that. And I could tell everybody that from the time I met him, and the guards came up and the sirens started going. But I hate to say it, but it's true. If you ever meet somebody on the road or anything, and you say that you're part of the Canadian Trucking Magazine family, and they say, oh, that Dave MacKenzie, he's an asshole, or he's this or that, or they make up stories, it's because they're a dirtbag. Plain and simple. Because they're a dirtbag. You know, it's not they're for us or against us. It's because they're a dirtbag. It's plain and simple. That's the truth of it. Because Canadian Trucking Magazine, we're a big family of up, and I try to be your goof and friendly and joke and bring you like food reviews and product reviews and stuff to make you laugh and make life better. We try to support charities and all good organizations and things like that. So we try to do all good. We try no drama, no hate. So if somebody doesn't like us, why do you think that is? I've had that a long time. Many of my friends that are on here that know me personally has been seeing that. Yeah, Craig. I see what Craig is saying there. Craig knows what I'm talking about, right, Craig? Good evening, Dave, says Kevin. Hey, Craig, how are you doing? Good to see you. And Peggy says, Dave, you're not a bad man by no way. Thank you, Peggy. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And Raymond Richards is there. Glenn says, you seem like a very easygoing person to me on here. Very easygoing. Scooter says, good evening, Dave. Hey, Scooter, how are you doing? And Miko says, they're greasy. Wonder what's greasy. Kitty says, I'm off for the night. Have a great night, all. Good night, Kitty. Thanks for coming on. Mario, respect. Yes. Thank you, Mario. And Craig says, evening, Dave. And Jeff Walter says, when will you be there? You know what? Jeff Walters kind of witnessed that one time. Hey, Jeff, when we went to the McDonald's at a Pilot Flying J, boy, did we kick ass, eh? We really kicked ass. That's a story. I don't think we've ever told it on Facebook and stuff, but it was funny. It was funny. It was just a pure example of it. And Shauna Gray says, is it just me or does Dave's voice sound weird? It sounds weird to me. It's probably the internet's making it sound weird. Jeff Walters says, oh, yes. Yeah, we kicked some ass at that McDonald's. We had the manager then kissing ass, from there. What was I going to say? So does anybody else? Is my voice sounding weird? Or is it just Shauna Gray's ears? Is her ears a little plugged tonight? So yeah, I want to talk about that, and I want to give the big tip, like you can sharing and caring. I sent out some of the packages to some of the people that are winners that have got stuff from being top fans of Canadian Trucking Magazine, got their names drawn. Just when you sing, says Craig. And like all that I had addresses for, I sent it out. And Jeff Walter says, "Nope, sounds good. Thank you, Jeff. You sound great yourself." And I wanted to give that valuable tip. I just can't warn people enough. 30 shootings a month. People are going crazy. Maybe it's because they've been locked down too much in this pandemic and they're going nuts. Maybe because they're advertising on social media and news about these shootings too much. So the nut bars, who normally, unfortunately, touch wood, I hate to say it, but normally would commit suicide and take their own self out, now are taking people out with them. Because in the majority of the cases, you've heard the shooter has taken their own life, such as the one in California. And you know what? There's a lot of suicides, boy. There's a lot of suicides. Service people, Red Shirt Friday tomorrow, 22 a day. 22 service people a day take their life because of PTSD in North America. 22 a day. Just think of those numbers. Multiply that by a month and say there's almost 600 a month, or 7,000 or 8,000 a year, 7,000 a year, 7,000 people a year, service people, military, police, and that take their life, their own life, every day because of the stress. Well, let me tell you, folks, it is not a better world without you. It's a better world with you. I know there can be some bad times, there can be hard times. I've gone through lots of hard times. I could sit here and make people cry with some of the horrible times I've gone through in my life. But we're no hate and no drama. And I know you hate cliches saying it'll be better tomorrow, this is only today, and stuff like that. But it is. Life is one big book from cover to cover. From the womb to the tomb is a book from cover to cover. And in that book is all kinds of pages. And in all those pages, there's hurt and drama and sickness and things we think we can't stand and we can't take. And we can't take it anymore, damn it. We just can't take it anymore. But remember, the book isn't finished. There's lots of pages. And please, don't finish the book yourself. Don't take a short-term solution to a long-term life of happiness, because nothing it does is forever, which is painful. Hopefully nothing is forever that's painful. So when it's over, you can see the sunlight again. When the storm is over, the blue skies come out again. And please, if you're ever in that position, anybody who's listening, we got a big reach out here. If you're ever in that position where you figure you've had it enough, you can't take it anymore, that it looks like an easy way out, it is not an easy way out for everybody who loves you, for everybody who knows you, for your family, your furry friends, and everybody else. It's not an easy way out. And it does get better. As I say, I could sit here and I could tell you incidents in my life. I've had 64 years on this earth. And in that 64 years, I've had tragedy and pain and all kinds of things where it was just terrible. And I used humor and I used forward seeing, saying, here's where I am right now, but here's where I'm going to be tomorrow. Somehow. This might be where I am now, but here's where I'm going to be tomorrow. So please remember, everybody, it's a great big book, and that book is full of joy and happiness and sorrow and crying and everything else. Without drinking vinegar, we wouldn't know how good sugar actually tastes. So please, if you ever get so low, reach out to somebody that can help. And reach out first and talk and look it forward and just be a member of this page. I'll be your goof. I'll be an idiot every single day to try to make you laugh and smile and everything else. No matter what you're going through, there could be bad diseases, there could be bankruptcy, the money problems is a big thing. It could be you lose a partner, it could be you lose a furry friend that you've had for so many years, and that bond is just a tragedy to lose that furry friend. It could be lots of different things. A lot of it's financial. If it's work, change the work. You didn't have that job before, just get a new job. Just go get a job that suits you and a job that works for you. But make sure the next job you interview that employer. Never mind them interviewing you. You interview them and make sure that you're not jumping from the frying pan into the fire. But whatever you do, do not take a final solution, because that hurts everybody left behind, and it sure doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't. It does not do anything. It's a big book. Lots of things can happen. And hey, just think, you could be worse. You could be Dave MacKenzie, the goof. Let me see what people have to say. Sorry to get so heavy there. Jeff Walter says, great words, Dave. Thank you, my brother Jeff. Thank you so much. I really care about people. I do. And Craig says, would you like to supersize that? Oh, yes, I would. You should see my belly right now, Craig. Take a look at the earlier video on that, the barbecue I was at. Keith Basin, give me a call later. Yes. And Craig says, call someone. Yes. Oh, and Peggy's talking, there's a phone scam, 913-243-9421. Yes, there's a bunch. And Jeff Walters replying to Craig says, Craig Cowan, wish I had a coffee cup. Hey, Jeff. Well, meet me and you might have one in your hand, my brother. And Peggy again warns you about this number, 913-243-9421. And be careful you don't open anything that you don't know. There's all kinds of stuff. And Shannon Boland says the new truck made its first voyage today. Oh, I got to get pictures of that. And Craig Cowan says, red shirt, wish I had one. Actually, you got one, but it's hanging on my dresser still in a bag. It's hanging there. We'll have to get that to you. And Courtney says, gone. I saw that. I came back here and looked where your truck was, and your truck was gone. Gone and hammer down, Courtney. Southbound and down, loaded up trucking. Oh, Jeff will be in Laredo Wednesday. I think I'll be in Laredo Wednesday, my brother. Coffee cup time for my brother Jeff. He probably needs a new t-shirt too. And Courtney says, I wish I have a coffee cup. You don't. Hey, and folks, I got to tell you that Coxie Creations, if you want to buy one from there too, she'll mail them out. And $2 of that goes to goes to truckersfinalmile.org. A great organization. I'm going to have another shot of my mango. God, I'm looking forward to seeing Jeff Walters. That's going to be so great. He's so awesome, folks. And Craig Cowan says, my shifts have changed now on days. Yay! I'm going to see Craig more at night. That's going to be fantastic. And Keith says, I'll be flying by tomorrow. Sounds good. And Craig Cowan says, pick me up a bottle of vanilla when you get a chance. You know what? I think I probably can because I'm going to be in Laredo. So I might just do that. Robert says, safe travels, Dave, and all truckers out there. Thanks, Robert Moffat. That is excellent. Thank you so much. And Courtney Soller, 3 trailer tires had to be put on this trailer. Oh, my God. I hate that. You know, when somebody drops a trailer and they don't notice on the post trip that it needs tires or anything, and then the driver that gets it has to be delayed to put tires on. When I did my post trip last night, I noticed that my front steers had taken a real beating going on those roads up to Fort Mac. And I went in, I got new tires, I got a new windshield. Oh my God, this truck's got everything. Just so it can go down and meet my brother Jeff Walters in Laredo. Because let's see, tomorrow's Friday. So if I get out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I won't be able to deliver Monday. They might take it Monday because it's Memorial Day. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, they might get me out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think I'll be there. I think I'll be there Wednesday, or I'll plan on coming the same way you're going so I can meet you, Jeff. And Shauna Gray says, so you're the reason we had satellite message today, Courtney. LOL. Actually, it's interesting because Courtney only had 3, but hers were right here on location. But apparently, talking out of school right now, we've had about 4 or 5 trailers have tire repairs on the road in this last week. 3 or 4 have tire repairs on the road. So I think that was the reason for the message more than anything else. But let's blame Courtney because she's got big shoulders. She can take it. She's great. And Jeff Walters says, okay, yeah, I got a coffee cup. You want a coffee cup, Jeff? Got to meet Dave. So I think that's about it for right now. I think I will end it for tonight. And with those tips about sitting by an exit in a restaurant, be aware of your surroundings. Make sure to wash your hands. Make sure to use your hand sanitizer in that, because hey, before this pandemic, I was preaching. Look at my videos 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, all the way back. I've always talked about use hand sanitizer when coming out of a public place or a Flying J or stuff like that. I've said that. I've always showed you I have Lysol and I spray my truck down. When I go in for a shower each morning, I spray my truck down with Lysol. I had my steering wheel, my seat, my bed and everything because I sweat and stink. And I go in and I have my shower, my nice hot shower, and I come back to a nice smelling truck, which also is sanitized. So sanitize, because there's more than just the COVID. And Jeff says, take one for the team, Courtney. And with this, Craig Cowan has Valley News, traffic backed up. A crash on I-29. Wow, my driver's lucky to be alive after that. Wow, that's your driver, Craig. Shannon Bullen, you in Calgary, Dave? No, still in Red Deer. I won't have my trailer till tomorrow. And Shauna Gray says, I don't think they were checking on tires in the yard for some time now, and not until DAR started. You betcha. And it's not DAR's fault. No. And Peggy Lydia Zerkowski says, your message went good in Saskatchewan to get rid of COVID. Yes. And that was last week, says Craig. He did a link to click on to see the accident. I'll have to take a look at that on I-29. I was on I-29 last week, coming up from Fargo on I-29, because I came up from Florida, and I went up and I delivered in Winnipeg and Winkler, Regina, Moose Jaw, Saskatoon, Prince Albert, over to Fort Mac, and down here to Red Deer. I went 4,400 miles. 4,400 miles. That's what you call, and 7 drops. That's what you call a trip. It was last Wednesday. I came up Friday on I-29. So everybody, take care. I really do care. And when I say I'd rather hear from you than about you, live on Canadian Trucking Magazine, you can take that to the bank. It's not just a punchline. I mean that right from me heart. That's your goof, your host on your page, your Facebook page here, Canadian Trucking Magazine. Also, if you're on Instagram or Twitter or YouTube, please like us there, because you never know how long one of these might last or whatever. So take care, everybody. And truckers, everything we got, dedicated trucker brought. Thank you. And Red Shirt Friday tomorrow. Remember the red shirts, everybody. Take care. And as I say to Angie all the time, we're gone. And I'll flip this around. Like the clown I am. And see, I was watching us over there. I've got the computer fired up with Logan sitting in my truck. Look at Logan. She's sitting there in the truck. She's got my cowboy hat on. She's got my CB radio. She's got her feet on my dash. That Logan, what a person she is, sitting there like that. And we'll talk to you all later. Take care. I do care.